Bro, it's actually cooked for this dude right now. I haven't talked about Hassan in a fat minute because honestly, 90% of the shit he does I could care less about. But this whole dog bullshit with the shock collar and then him lying about it, and then I guess one of his friends basically exposing him for actually having the shit, the memes, everything, bro. It's been crazy. And honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know why Twitch keeps this dude around, dude. He's nothing but a giant liability. Like, let's be real. Let's like keep it a million. Let's keep it a million, bro. Like, outside of talking about, I guess, the Gaza situation in Palestine, which honestly, in my head, for some reason, I don't know. I feel like he's just grifting that. I think it's just something to virtue signal about until they find something else to complain about. Because I'm pretty sure right now, if I'm correct, the war's over. Hostages have been freed. So now what is he going to talk about? Other than maybe Asmongold, but that's besides the point. The point is, I don't know why Twitch keeps this dude around, bro. He's nothing but a giant controversy for them. He's nothing but a giant controversy for him. And literally anybody who ends up getting in contact with this dude, whether it be collabs or otherwise, it just always ends bad. It always ends bad. And not to mention all the stuff he's done. I don't know, man. But this nonsense, bro. Let's go ahead and just get straight into it. This nonsense. I've heard bits and pieces, but I don't know a lot about what's going on. But either way, it's all bad regardless. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into this. Because, yeah. This is about to be good.
I can't believe I'm about to talk about this. I mean, how the hell does a simple stream clip go so viral that it becomes a literal cultural phenomenon?
Bro, this shit has gone viral. This shit was on the news. They were talking about this nonsense, bro. It was bad.
The world by storm to the point where
there's memes, references, everything, dude.
In the first place,
this dude has turned into a meme.
The gotcha community. And to my complete surprise, even the Counter-Strike 2 community. You'd see Anders, a legendary Counter-Strike commentator, make a direct reference to Hassan shocking his dog during a game. It would happen as soon as he'd see a player use a taser. Watch.
Oh, it could get worse. Towson on the corner. Gotta be careful. Hide your dogs. It's
damn. Hide your dogs, bro. That's crazy.
His 70-year-old coworker referenced this to his face.
That is crazy.
And seeing that this blew up beyond proportion, of course, it has also reached news publications, ones as big as Forbes. So how did we even get here? Okay, how did this take the world by storm?
This shit was... And the main reason why this blew up is, like, obviously, it's against Twitch's, guidelines, obviously, to be, I guess, animal abuse or whatever like that on stream. But obviously it's Hassan, so, knowing Dan Clancy, the biggest simp for this dude of all time, just, absolutely slurping it under the table. It's like, they won't ban him for that, bro. They, honestly, half the stuff this dude has done, bro, if somebody else was to have done it, they would be banned outright. Straight up. Like, straight up. It's only because this is their golden child, because Pokemon's not really doing much, that at this point, they're just letting this dude run rampant out here. It's crazy.
And why does it keep getting worse? Well, let's talk about it. Alright, so the streamer at the center of this incident is none other than Hassan Piker, otherwise known by his Twitch username, Hasanabi. Well, look, I'm sure he needs no introduction, alright? This is one of the biggest political streamers on the planet, and just like any political personality or political commentator, he has his fair share of enemies and his fair share of controversies. But then,
bro, at this point, it ain't even a fair share, bro. Outside of his own audience and people basically virtue signaling for shit going on in the Middle East that they have no control over at this point, by the way. Outside of people like that, the dude basically doesn't have, like, the controversy is like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this dude. Like, and especially right now, like, it's at a point where his own chat is calling him out for this whole entire shenanigans that's going on right now. Straight up. He's made an enemy pretty much out of everybody, bro. Like, straight up. Outside of maybe the few orbiters that he has on Twitch, Denims and all of them. Dems, Frogan, and whoever else. This dude is an enemy to everybody, bro. Straight up. It's crazy.
At doesn't really interest us. What we want to know is how we got to the point where this became a global phenomenon. So what happened exactly? Well, this all began on October 7th, 2025, when Hasan was streaming and something particular.
Bro, I saw this
would
clip on
happen.
Twitter.
Someone would clip that moment, post it on the subreddit livestream fail, and it would very quickly gain traction, going completely viral. The title for this post is Hasan reaching for something and seemingly shocking his dog to keep her in camera view. Now look, before we get into this, I used to know a girl who would literally cry at National Geographic documentaries. So if you're like that, feel free to skip a minute, okay? Because you'll be hearing his dog whimper in pain. Watch.
Yeah, I saw this clip. Yeah, like the dog tries to move out of the frame.
Violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
Yeah, like right there, right when she starts moving around, you saw him reach for something, and as soon as he did, that's when you heard that. It's right there, bro. I saw this, I was like, bro, there's no fucking way, dude. That's crazy work. That's crazy freaking work, dude.
You're being such a baby. It's just you're making her stressed. She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom.
Right, so what the hell even happened here? Well, look, Hasan has a dog by the name
This
of
shit
Kaya.
was
You can see her
ridiculous.
sitting in the back. As soon as she would step 1 foot off of the place where she was laying down, Hasan would get very annoyed, almost to an irrational degree. He would then look down at something, reach out to it, and after doing so, you'd hear the dog whimper as if he pressed a button. Now, of course, by this point, a lot of people were convinced that he shocked his dog for doing absolutely nothing, but many were still skeptical. Why would Hasan even shock his dog for doing something so minimal?
I mean, honestly, I would be saying the same thing, but with half the shit this dude does and says, bro, there's no limits to what this dude does at this point, man. There's no limits. Like, we got from the early, 2016 clip of him saying that America deserved 9/11 to obviously the whole Houthi, Luffy nonsense and so on and so forth. I could go for hours, but at this point, are we really surprised? Like, are we really surprised?
We're in the political space, smear campaigns are fairly common. You can very easily discredit your opponent's political stances by discrediting him in another way, which is why many people, especially in Hasan's community, were very skeptical about them.
Well, the thing that's crazy is you don't really even need to discredit Hasan. Like, even major news sources don't even like this dude. That's the crazy part. Like, even major news sources really do not like this dude. Like, this is not exactly who I'd say, arguably represent for, I guess, the left, I'm assuming. Like, they don't even like this dude because how controversial this dude is. And then, obviously, the right definitely don't like him. Like, it's crazy.
Now, that clip I just showed you that was posted on Livestream Fail would gain traction very quickly as he was still live. A video of his would alert him to how quickly it was going viral, and this is what he had to say. Watch.
Yes, I am incredibly abusive to the not only best trained, but also the best behaving and most spoiled dog on the planet. Is from when Kaya yelped. Yeah, she yelped because she fucking clipped herself on something when she was getting off the bed.
Right, so Hasan explained himself. He said she clipped her nail on the bed.
We ain't believing that, because if you go back to the original video, she already had both her front paws just on the ground when she was trying to get off, I guess, I don't know what that is, like a bed or something that she was laying on before. She literally already had taken her feet off of her first, like, that's it. Like, we can literally go back and see it. Like, if we go back to the original clip right here.
His political stances.
If we go back to the original clip, literally back here.
Right, so what the hell even happened?
Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at?
Fairly common. People, especially in Hasan's action, very critical. Why would degree? He would then look at the name of Kaya. You can see.
Like, if you literally go back, here we go.
Literally is so incredibly. Jesus Christ! All of America.
Like, she gets up, right?
Consequential violence.
Wandering around.
Okay. It's the same
takes both her paws off the front, so automatically right there, what he was talking about was cap, because he said that she clipped her feet on something when in reality she's already standing up and she didn't yelp at that point. It was only after he went and grabbed for something that she did that. Like, come on, stop the cap.
So you're aware, this was the stream in which she yelped. Now watch as she
stop
stays in
the cap, bro,
for over 4 hours.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hasanabi broadcast.
She just stays there in the same position. She's not moving. She's barely moving, right? She's not even stretching. She's not even like doing anything a normal dog should be able to do. Like, I don't know, free roam around a little bit, walk around a little.
It is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential.
And this would be when she would try to maybe move a little bit, and he would react like crazy.
America, Kaya, please just
Yeah, there it is. There it
she
is.
laying down again, not really stretching, not really moving, right? And
There it
so far
is,
for
man.
3 hours, it's going to go along to the 4-hour mark, and that's when she can finally start to move. You'll see this very shortly, and here we go, right? 4 hours and 21 minutes of just laying there and not being allowed to move a single paw outside of that zone.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, the only time that she's allowed to move is when the dude's out of his chair. Keep that in mind, too. When he's not there.
So this is when you would start seeing the first.
And this is where the memes, bro.
The memes.
This is where the memes came from, bro.
His stream for 0.5 seconds, and the outrage at this point was mostly directed at how he wasn't allowing his dog to even stretch. A little
Yeah,
bit, to even
that's
walk a
pretty
little bit.
bad. Like my sister, I mean, not my sister. She has a German Shepherd, and even she, you know, she'll have him in his cage for a little while whenever she's at work or whatever, so that, you know, nothing happens potentially. But when she gets home, you know, whenever I'm going over to her house or whatever, it's like, you know, she's always letting the dog, it's a German Shepherd, so you already know they like to run around. Those are like the dogs that police officers like to use. You know, let them run around, play ball, whatever. She ain't doing none of that. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, dude. Even when I had a dog at one point, you know, we had a Japanese Akita. We didn't do none of that shit, bro. We didn't do none of that shit, because I can already see people talking about some, oh, maybe he has the shock collar, you know, the shock collar for training reasons or whatever. But that ain't really, bro, I'm gonna be real. That ain't training. Let's be real. Like, what's he training the dog to do, bro? Sit in one place for 4 straight hours? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Irrational annoyance of how she just put one paw outside of her bed, and he acted as if she broke something.
Yeah.
It was a very excessive reaction, and it made
It was
people start
really
asking
excessive,
questions.
bro.
That's when certain people would start to unearth some old clips that would paint Hassan in a bad light in regards to his pet, like this one. Here we can see a guest on Hassan's stream telling him that the collar on Kaya's neck is way too tight. Watch.
And now it's mainstream.
I didn't see
love her.
this.
I think her collar's too tight.
Well, it's here we get.
You have to be able to get 2 fingers, and I couldn't even get one. I think you're choking her.
That's crazy.
It's she has a lot of neck meat.
So look, I don't know if this guest intended to make it sound so bad, but saying that the collar is so tight that she thinks that Hassan is choking her is definitely a wild thing to say.
That's a crazy
And
thing,
his
man.
initial reaction saying, oh yeah, it's because she has a lot of neck meat, made people question, wait, does he even care? It just simply wasn't a good look. And as people were starting to realize that this dog is kind of being used like a prop in every stream, being forced to sit there for hours on end without moving, some others like XQC simply refused to believe the idea that this wasn't a shock collar. XQC would make
Yep,
a direct
there it
comparison
is.
of how the collar would look before
There it
and
is.
after her.
Because he tried to use the excuse that she clipped something, but then as people started investigating more into it, people found the shock collar. And then that's when everybody just basically blew up on him. And now we're here. And now we're here.
For Yelp. Right before the Yelp, it would flash green. After
Yep.
the Yelp was finished, it would go back.
And that's literally how shock collars for dogs work, at least majority of the time. It's just usually the collar will, you know, blink or make a sound when they're used. Yeah. Not a good look.
With no extra green light. By that point, this theory had started to catch on fire. This was still the second
Not a
day,
good look.
And people simply refused to believe that it was just her nail clipping
It
on
wasn't.
whatever bed she was sleeping on. So when Hassan would go live on October 8th, he would have one of his mods put this pinned message in his stream's chat, saying it is a collar with an AirTag and a vibration motor that is used to
Yeah,
help with recall
okay.
when she's free roaming and she's an off-leash trained dog. So by that point, Hassan and his mod team no doubt noticed all the theories running around, especially thanks to people like XQC, that this was indeed a shock collar. This pinned comment was an attempt to clear the air and silence those rumors before they got out of control. But
Yeah,
even if
it's
this
too
was
late
the
for
case,
that.
He still wasn't saying whether he actually pushed
It's
the
too
button.
late for that, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. In the first clip, it's already too late to try and cover this up, because in the first clip, right when she tries to move around, the first thing he does is reach for her something. We don't see it. And then as soon as he does that, then we hear the yelp from the dog. Like, what could that actually be other than a shot caller? Like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like, are we dumb?
And to vibrate or shock her. During that stream on October 8th, people would start to ask him, hey, like, what did you reach out for? What did you do with your hand before she yelped? Well, he would claim
Like,
that
that's
he was
way
actually
too
reaching
obvious.
for a nicotine pouch to put in his mouth, even though he put nothing in his mouth.
He put nothing,
Watch.
bro. What?
Large dog. What were you reaching for in the clip? What do you think? That's where all my fucking Zintins are.
Okay.
But of course, in the stream, even if you were to skip past, like, I don't know.
He doesn't. I bet he doesn't even use one.
You would never see him reach out for a Zin or put anything in his mouth.
It
just felt like another.
It was another excuse, man.
Start to see certain memes
Yep.
come up like
That was the first meme I saw.
Right here saying cast lightning bolt on every.
That was the first meme I saw, dude.
Battlefield. You see this very detailed meme of Slay the Spire in which you channel one lightning, and of course you can't go wrong with a classic Minecraft.
Yeah, you already knew a Minecraft meme was about to be made.
Facing insurmountable global pressure at this point, Hasan would finally decide to show the collar on stream. It would be very brief, and he'd be hoping to finally silence the critics so that he can move on from this incident or controversy. Watch.
It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it.
Dude, that is literally a shot caller. Are we dead?
That's it. Good. There's the air tag. There's the fucking vibrator. It also.
That's literally a shot caller. Are we dumb? Even his chat. Even his chat is literally saying it's a bro.
And it also has a tracker on it when she gets lost. If she were to actually get fucking lost.
Someone would make a comment saying, bro's handling it like a magician.
Bro, that's literally a shot caller. Does this guy think we're dumb or something?
The way he's showing it is very quick. It's almost like
or does this man
or not show it for too long? I don't know. It just seems suspicious. It's like, why are you so shy? And while people were definitely suspicious of this, it kind of seemed off. His community was very happy because now they finally had proof that he wasn't shocking his dog. He wasn't an animal abuser. They could finally send this clip to the haters and say, hey, see, he's went through this. This is a vibration collar, no shock prongs, and would even go further and say that
yeah, but this is where his own people is going to cook.
That have duo streamed with him in his own house would have definitely said something if he actually was shocking his dog for no reason. But even though this topic was gaining a lot of traction online, Hasan was still completely unaware that this was just the beginning because the content creator would go ahead and make it.
Yeah, I think he's about to show the other clip, but this is where he gets exposed, basically.
A video about it. On October 9th, just a couple
This
of
is
days
where he
after
gets
the
exposed,
incident,
bro.
Moist Critical would upload a video titled Crazy Day on Twitch. He would also point out how things weren't really making much sense, how his explanations were definitely inconsistent with
They're all inconsistent, man.
Using the excuse that this was a well-trained dog and this was part of her training, Moist Critical would go on to give his perspective on training since he has a dog himself. You see, that little corner that Kaya is meant to sit on is her place. When you give a dog a place, it's meant to be their safe, comfy spot. This is done for many reasons, but it could be a way, for example, for the dog to just chill out. If the dog's hyperactive, just can't calm down, and for whatever reason jumps on people, for example, from excitement, and you might have a kid or an elderly person in your house, then telling your dog, place, tells them to calm down, go sit in that comfortable spot, and just enjoy their time for a little while.
Or just tell your dog to sit, like, straight up. Like, once again, that's what my cousin does. She has a German Shepherd, and whenever, you know, she's literally trained him to the point where before they even enter a door, she'll tell him to sit so that, you know, the dog doesn't go and jump on people before they even enter the door. So, like, there's ways to do it without a shot caller. Like, let's be real. You don't need that. You don't need it. You don't need it, dude. I understand for some people, maybe they think they need it, you know, and that, you know, owner, their pittance and everything like that. But, like, yeah. And once again, I've had a dog before, and no need for that, brothers. Like, you don't need to do all that. You don't need to do all that. As somebody who's owned a dog before, like, you don't need to do all that.
What Moist Critical points out is that this place is meant to be comfortable. It's not meant to be a prison. They're not meant to sit there for hours. They're not supposed to be.
Let's say a dog sitting in place, maybe if they're sleeping or something for a little while, sure. But, you know, being basically stuck in one place for like 4 hours at a time, that's not normal. Your dog needs to be able to move around, be able to stretch, be able to run around depending on what kind of dog it is. You know, once again, German Shepherd specifically, you know, those kind of dogs, they need to be able to get exercise and whatnot. No, like, just in general, no animal is just going to be sitting in one place for 4+ hours unless you train them or I guess force them to do so in this case. That's the only way that's happening. That's not normal at all.
Dogs are active creatures. And while shock collars are tools used to train dogs, they certainly shouldn't be used just because your dog wants to stretch. So no matter how you looked at this, whether there
was
a
bad
shock
either
collar
way.
involved or not, it just looked very
It looks bad either
People
way.
weren't
There's
really getting
literally
the
nothing.
reassurance they were looking for from Hassan. They were very worried for Kaya because it seemed like she was being mistreated. On the same day, Hassan would go live again. And instead of giving any form of reassurance, he would instead be very salty over the fact that Moist Critical made a video about him without messaging him beforehand. What's notable here
That's
is that
funny.
he didn't even bother watching the video himself. He just took his chatter's word for what was actually in the video.
And that's, yeah, and see that right there, and he does this a lot. He'll always be taking his chatter's words for fact instead of actually going and seeing the actual thing. That's like a big thing with this dude, is he will always take his chatter's word over anything instead of actually researching the real and actual evidence. And not to mention, who are you to tell Moist Critical or anybody to be trying to let you know if we're making a video about you or not? Like, come on now, let's be real. Come on now, let's be real. Who do you think that you are, that you're so important that you know, get to tell people when you're dropping a video if it's about you? Like, come on now. Come on now. Like, nah.
And they were quoting some things out of context, making it seem like Charlie was intending to conduct a character assassination when in fact he was, like most others, concerned about the dog's safety. That was it. This post of Hassan complaining about Moist Critical has over 26,000 upvotes on Reddit, and the top comments are all just a bunch
of memes, dude.
Hassan electrocuting his dog.
Bunch of memes. It's cooked.
It's horrible. I feel so sorry for the dog, and that Yelp definitely.
Yeah. Like, I know obviously, you know, with the memes and everything, you know, it's funny with the memes and everything, but like on a real note, you know, like animal abuse is not funny at all. It really isn't. And if he's been training his dog basically, or I guess abusing his pet the way that he's been doing, to have her basically kind of be like a prop, like, you know, MUJIN was talking about earlier on his stream, just sitting there for 4 hours doing absolutely nothing, not allowed to stretch or do anything, that's kind of cruel. I'm not going to lie to you. That's kind of cruel. And that's kind of what a lot of people are kind of, you know, calling Hassan out for at this point. I've seen something on Twitter recently where a lot of people are talking about, like, you know, the theory that Hassan just kind of like uses the dog as a prop, which is why, you know, he wants her to just be sitting there for like the whole stream, not allowed to move or do anything, which is kind of cruel. I'm not going to lie to you. Not even kind of, that is cruel. Like, once again, dogs need to be able to move around. They're active creatures. Like, you know, it's been said a million times over. And for a pet to be stuck sitting in one place for 4 hours, that's not normal. That is not normal at all.
Really hit me deep in the chest, but these memes are so creative.
The memes are creative, though.
And speaking of all these memes, Hassan would so effortlessly keep supplying them with more material because his story would keep changing and he would keep coming up with different excuses that had nothing to do with the prior ones he talked about before.
Yeah.
On October 10th,
sounds about right.
Hassan
sounds about right. Like, once again, there's no way he's getting out of this. Like, he's made so many excuses at this point that he's cooked. He hasn't stuck to his story not once. First, it's the dog clipped herself on something, and then it's all a bunch of other bullcrap. Like, then I'm reaching for Zintax, and it's just all out of control, bro. It's all out of control. And then once again, I don't know if he's gonna show the clip, but there is a thing on Twitter where one of his, I guess, friends or somebody collabed with him once, literally talked about, you know, the collar and how it's actually a shock collar. I don't know if that's gonna be in this video, but that was a thing that happened recently, so he's cooked.
Would say that, you know what, that even though he's not using a shock collar, it wouldn't be ridiculous if he did. Watch.
Like, they don't realize that even the e-collars that do shock are unironically used to train fucking like service dogs and shit.
The thing is, no one was arguing with the fact that shock collars are used to train. What people were arguing about was the fact that the dog was forced to sit there for hours and that he had seemingly used it for something so benign.
The argument isn't that, you know, you should not use a shock collar at all to train a dog. You know, once again, service dogs, or like, you know, specifically, like, once again, German Shepherds, really hyperactive, you know, really finicky, you know. Yeah, they use shock collars to train them sometimes. That's not the argument, though. The argument is, why the hell are you using a shock collar for something so minuscule as your dog basically trying to stretch and move around a little bit? Like, what is that? Your dog should be able to roam around and move around a bit. She shouldn't have to sit in one place for 4 straight hours just because you get slightly annoyed. What is that shit?
So small. As one Redditor would sum this up, he'd say, so we've gone
From
she
snub to paw, vibration collar only.
not
If
for
it's a shock, her friend would tell us the shock collars ain't bad anyway.
and now shock
Exactly.
collars aren't that
The
bad anyway.
stories
It
keep
had
changing,
barely
bro.
been 72 hours, and we
The
had
stories
already gone
keep
through
changing,
4
dude.
different excuses. And this, of course, would spread this incident beyond anyone's imagination, which would end up creating even more creative memes like this one that says, breathes too loud. Thundaga, or Hassan being raided over
Yep,
here.
that one I saw
Kaya,
on Twitter
and
recently.
of course him being
The Emperor
Emperor
Palpatine. Yep, that
so
too.
by October 11th, seeing that this has blown up way more than Hassan could have ever imagined in his wildest dreams, he would take on the perspective of a victim.
And once again, and he always does this. It's always the victim complex after he gets called out for some shit. But the crazy thing is once again, it'd be a lot harder to defame Hassan if he was actually not always in controversy and always saying really dumb shit or just being honestly, not even sugarcoat this, just a piece of shit in general. But it's not hard to believe that he would do something like this when you've seen what he's either said or what he's done before in the past or all the other crap he's done. It's not really hard to believe that he would do something like this when he's done much worse shit before. Like, this isn't nothing new. Basically, in a lot of people's eyes, it's like, oh, he's out here abusing his dog. Oh, well, nothing new from Hassan Piker out here. He's already done worse shit before. He's always in controversy. It's like one of those things.
Streamers that he knows have either defended him or are scared to do it publicly, except for Moist Critical. People were simply wondering, why can't Kaya just live a normal life? Why can't she just free roam around the house if she's not causing any trouble? Why must she stay locked up in prison, like just sitting there behind
It doesn't make sense, dude. It's basically it does not make sense.
Dogs, you know that they're active creatures. They need to actually move and stretch. What would Hassan's response be? I don't want to hear from people who don't understand dogs.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy work, dude. Anybody who knows how pets operate, cats, dogs, horses, whatever it may be, for a fact, birds, all that, for a fact that they need to be able to move around and be active, bro. These pets are not props to just be sitting in their background doing nothing. These aren't like anime figures where they're just meant to sit in one place and just be there for your stream. Like, they're active creatures. They're living, breathing things. They need to be able to move around and do stuff just like you do need to do stuff. Like, that's so stupid. That is so stupid. That's gotta be the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my damn life, bro. Holy fuck.
Worry, okay, it's fine if you're confused because yet another excuse would drop on October 14th, 2025.
Yep, I would bet.
Remember how he said that his arm moved in that clip because he was reaching out for a Zin pouch?
Yep.
Yeah, well, it turned out that story was false. He was actually pushing the gate button, and Kaya's yelp was her reacting in excitement that she finally gets to leave. Watch.
Guys that don't even know Kaya's name, coming in here saying abuser. I know. Can we just move on, please? Because the memes were funny in the first couple of days, but now the only people that still are like actively pushing it are people who are genuinely mentally ill in the way that like
here we go.
My fucking arm moves around, or like I unlock the gate or some shit. Like, I do have a button on my desk for the gate, right? And I unlock the gate, and obviously, if you have a dog, you know this already. When they hear that the gate is unlocked, they perk up. They're like, oh my God, he shocked her again. It's just, they are.
What is he talking about?
Stalkers that are demonstrating their mental illness. And I think it's just, it is what it is.
Now look, I don't know what your reaction to this is so far in this video. Maybe
I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
He's lying, or you're thinking maybe people are exaggerating and he's actually innocent. He would never harm his own dog, especially not live on stream. Well, regardless of what side
you would think that, but there's a lot of shit that you would think that he wouldn't do on stream, or anybody for that matter. But yet, once again, if we go down the list of shit he's done on stream, once again calling for the death of senators, saying that America deserved 9/11, having a literal Houthi pirate on stream and glazing him, literally putting terrorist propaganda on his stream and glazing that. There's a lot of shit that you shouldn't be doing on stream, and he's done damn near about everything. And the only reason he's not banned for half the shit he's even done doing at this point in this entire streaming career is because Twitch is a bunch of idiots. I'm telling you right now, if Jeff Bezos even decides to turn his head towards Twitch and see half the shit that's going on, bro, he's cooked. He's cooked, and so is freaking Dan Clancy, because Twitch, for one thing, is already a platform that doesn't make money. They're actually losing money by having Twitch be around, like Amazon, because they own Twitch. They lose money having him, having Twitch around. It's like if Twitch was to go around, or go away right now, they'd be just writing it off as like a tax write-off, for Amazon at this point. They'd write it off as tax write-off. But it's just one of those things, dude. Like, come on now. Come on, bro. There's a lot of shit you shouldn't be doing on stream, and he's done damn near about almost everything. As far as Twitch TOS is concerned, he's done everything he shouldn't be doing and still ain't banned. So what's to stop him from doing something like this? He already knows Dan Clancy's not going to do shit.
People understood the truth when he would inadvertently show the shock dog collar remote on stream when he would set up a camera.
I didn't know he did this.
Watch.
I didn't know he did this.
God. Boom.
It is
right
here.
Yeah, he's cooked. That's literally, yep, that's I've seen him before. He's cooked. GG's. Pack it up. You're done.
Right here.
Pack it up.
He's gonna notice it, and he's gonna move it.
Exactly. He's gonna move that shit. Watch this. I bet he will. Yup. Moves it out of the frame. Done. Done.
The floor is lava.
Done, bro. It's over.
All right, so at this point, it was confirmed. The shock collar remote was actually a thing, and it was exactly
he's done.
pressed on that day.
Now what is he gonna do?
Truly, that it's a shock collar. Is it not a vibration collar? Well, everyone put their weaponized autism to good use and actually cracked the case, finding the exact dog collar model, understanding that it is indeed a shock collar.
Yep.
But that it also has.
Bro, the internet. Here's the crazy thing. The internet is literally free. Like, does Hasan not think that we're gonna be able to know what a shock collar looks like? For anybody who's even worked with your service dogs or just had a dog in general, like, or even knows about how, or maybe works in law enforcement, knows how this shit works. We're not stupid. We know what a shock collar looks like, bro. You can't lie your way out of this. There's no way. Like, it's actually hilarious how stupid he thinks everybody else is. It's crazy, bro.
Prongs, okay? You can actually remove the prongs that shock the dog. And I mean, look at this, bro. This is like someone who is trying to find like a terrorist, like someone on the wanted list of the FBI. Like, look at all this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
The lengths people will go just to prove that it's a shock collar. So this is all proof showing that this is the same exact model that he's using. But then they go on to show that he had removed the prongs.
Once again, if this was, here's the crazy thing. If it wasn't Hasan, I mean, people would still get pissed about this thing. But if it wasn't Hasan, probably people wouldn't be making a big deal of it. But because Hasan is so hated, especially right now, I mean, he's always been hated as it is. But because he's so hated, he's like one of the most hated Twitch streamers out there. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, here for a lot of people, this is like, oh, here's Hasan doing stupid shit again. So that's another thing we can add on to the list of dumb stuff he's done already at this point. Like, come on now. And then to make things worse is he didn't even admit it. It'd be one thing if he admitted it. Fine, whatever. The shit would have probably ended a lot sooner if he did admit it. But then he's out here making excuses and lying about the shit. It's just making things worse.
Prongs the day after the shock had occurred and put tape over it. How did they prove that? Well, they fiddled around with the light levels in Photoshop and found out that yes, indeed, there is a tape, and you can kind of see the color difference.
You can literally see the
collar
tape. It's right there.
And the black tape. You can also clearly see that the shock collar remote is the same exact one on his desk as well. I mean, it was undeniable at this point.
It's cooked, dude.
The collar itself
beyond cooked.
Collar ET300 Mini Educator. And Hasan had very clearly lied, not just to his audience, but the internet in general.
He thinks we're all stupid.
And of course,
that's the problem.
Fearing the worst, we're now fearful.
He thinks we're all stupid.
His dog regularly.
And then if, like, take the shock collar out of it. How normal is it for, like, people who have dogs on their stream or anything like that? How normal is it for a dog to just sit in place and do nothing for 4 hours while somebody's streaming? 9 times out of 10, if somebody has, like, a dog or a cat or something like that, usually within the stream, if they're in the background, they'll move around and they'll do stuff like stretching. Maybe sometimes they'll climb on their owner's lap or whatever. But in Hasan's case, he's the only one I've seen so far where his dog straight up sits in place for 4 hours. Just straight up doesn't try to move or anything like that. And the one time she did try to move, he over here freaking out and shocks her, bro. Like, come on now. We ain't stupid. We ain't stupid, dude.
This sense of worry empowered people who are chronically online even more to dig through past clips and find out exactly what Hassan's relationship with Kaya truly is. And honestly, from what they found, it doesn't look good.
Boy, here we go.
Look, by this point, of course, he still has.
See, you won't catch me doing any of this shit because I could care less at this point. The only reason I'm reacting to this is because, honestly, it's funny seeing Hassan get cooked for lying is out of his ass. And then on top of that, it's just another thing to add on to the list of stupid shit he's done at this point, bro. You're not going to catch me out here going through past streams or whatever, though. I ain't got time for all of that, but I'll let the internet take care of that.
People in denial that no, Hassan doesn't abuse his dog, and no, Kaya doesn't even stay in the same spot for that long, even though we literally saw proof of that. But I mean, if you're still doubtful, this is him straight up admitting it. Watch.
And also, one of the parts of this training is also supposed to put her, like, we're using the elevated bed, as you guys can see. And one of the things with the elevated bed is that she has a leash on right now on the elevated bed, so she can't like really get off of it. So she now knows to sit in place for hours and hours on end.
Yes, so
Which I might add is not fucking normal, dude. That is not normal. He, at this point, it's basically confirmed. Like, he basically trained his dog, I guess, at this point, to just sit in one place for hours on end, which is not fucking normal. He, like, bruh, bruh, come on now, dude. Like, what are we doing out here for real? Like, come on.
Of any situation
That's not normal.
with a dog where you'd want them to sit for hours on end in the same spot. This
That's
just doesn't
not
make
normal.
sense.
It does not make
Dogs are not
sense.
prop, okay, if she gets overly excited and risks hurting someone who's elderly or who's a child in the house, sure, you can just say place, have her sit down before she starts moving again normally for her joints and for her legs. If someone calls this animal abuse, then I wouldn't say they're exaggerating. And speaking of animal abuse, people would find another suspicious clip from his past streams where he treats Kaya in a weird way. Watch.
Absolute garbage. Did you compare this to the Japanese airport experience? Yeah, the Japanese airport experience is like everything works, everything is fast. Kaya, place.
Grabs the thing.
Get back there. What is this? Don't worry.
I mean that's 100% right.
To many, this seemed like he was shocking her again, getting very pissed over the fact that she moved.
I mean, yeah.
After sitting around for hours.
There it is
was an
again.
Exaggerated reaction, and it wasn't.
And here's the crazy thing. Once again, with this, it's one thing if it only happens once, but there's so many points on a graph at this point that it's basically confirmed here. This is not only technically as of this clip, I guess, this is the second time that, this has even happened. You got this clip right here, plus the clip that just happened recently. That's like the second time as of what we've seen so far through this video. That is ridiculous, dude.
Really warranted. But the most damning evidence that people had found from his past streams is the fact that he actually pulled on his dog's tail directly. Saying,
Really?
Stay, or I'm gonna fucking kill you. This was live on stream. Watch this
Really?
for yourself.
Motherfucker, come here. Stay. If you run right now, I'll fucking kill you. Like, I'll
That's
actually kill you,
crazy.
okay? In front of everyone. Stay.
That's crazy work, dude.
Motherfucker, come here.
That is crazy work, dude.
Stay. No, come here.
So obviously this is inexcusable, right? At this
Yeah,
point,
that's
whether you're a diehard
cooked,
fan of
bro.
Hassan or a hater,
Like, I don't care if you're a fan of this dude or not. That's cooked, bro. You never do that. I don't even think I've seen some shit like that before. That's insane. Jesus Christ. That's fucking wild, dude. Like, at this point, he just opened up another bag of bullshit that he, like, at this point, like, he was already, like, once again, it's not hard. I'm gonna say, like, I couldn't even say defame Hassan. I would say it's like, you can't really even defame him at this point because he's already known for doing stupid shit. Like, this is just another thing to add onto the list at this point, bro. It's just another thing, bro.
I don't care. You can never excuse someone pulling on a dog's tail. It's extremely sensitive and can damage many of its internals. We're talking nerves in the spine. We're talking more specifically nerve damage, avulsion, and even permanent incontinence. It was getting very hard to defend Hassan. At this point, this wasn't even political anymore. Sure, his political opponents were using this as an opportunity to attack his character and his political opinions, but whether you're into politics or not, I'm sure we can all agree this is unacceptable behavior. And seeing that some of his friends are the biggest content creators on Twitch and just in general, people were wondering, are they going to say something about this?
No.
Are they going to condone his behavior?
No. In fact, there was that whole thing where apparently him and Pokemon and what was it? Pokemon and Hassan were supposed to be doing a stream, but because of this whole controversy, they canceled the shit. Well, I think it was like Pokemon's mods or somebody basically announced that they were canceling it or something like that. Because even the mods knew that just having Hassan on a podcast right now would just lead, especially after something like this, would just bring nothing but hate, especially after all the things that he's done over the years, plus this.
Or actually call it out, give him some criticism, some feedback like a normal friend does? Well, no, not at all, actually. It's very weird. You might have seen this image of Hassan dressed up as Raiden shocking Ludwig while he's wearing a dog collar, and you might literally have no idea why it exists. Well, this is of course insinuating the fact that Ludwig is Hassan's dog and he trained him very well.
That's crazy.
At some point, there was this very stupid controversy in which Hassan said that streaming is way harder than a regular job. This was back in February 2024.
Oh yeah, everybody knows about that clip.
About the situation on his Mogul Mail channel in which he talked about news, and Hassan.
Yeah, no, everybody knows about this clip. It was like, you know, Ludwig reacted to this whole entire thing and talked about it, and then I guess he took down the video. That's pretty much like, yeah, it was like something like that. Honestly, I almost forgot about that. That was a while ago.
So pissed at him for making him look bad that he ended up cutting parts of the video to then just straight up removing it. He'd end up re-uploading it without any of the clips that were criticizing Hassan. This made people realize early on that even when it came to friendships, Hassan was never open to criticism. He saw everything as an attack on both his character and his entire brand, no matter who said it. Ludwig, of course, was seen like someone who was spineless, someone who couldn't hold down his own opinion, and who caved in to pressure from Hassan whenever he wanted. So of course, it's no surprise to say that over a week after the clip had surfaced, Ludwig has said nothing about this.
I'm not surprised.
But that didn't matter. The person that people really wanted to hear from was Hassan's girlfriend, Valkyrie. I do want to point out that they've never officially announced that they're dating, but at this point, it's like more of an open secret, right? Valkyrie is known as someone who's very brand friendly, who's never into controversies, and whenever she does end up in one, she immediately apologizes and caves in. People were expecting, or at least hoping, for her to say something about the situation, but instead she gave a response that made people end up, well, fueling the memes even further. Watch.
Clip did look horrible. The clip was really bad. It was so bad. And it's understandable why everyone was freaking.
Bro, it ain't even just that clip. Like, if you just check all the previous clips that we've been watching throughout this video, man, it's all bad, dude.
Not about it, but I can verify that Kaya is the most loved and spoiled and just the most well-trained and best little baby or big baby that I have ever been around and that I have ever seen. So big baby. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. You would think that this kind of outrage, we would have seen it towards like the genocide and stuff, but
oh boy, here we go. Here we go, dude. Bro, the war is over. As far as I know, anyways. Like, the shit's all over the news. The hostages are basically done. You know, once again, you know, been returned and everything like that. The war is over, dude. Like, that's a thing with Hassan's viewers or people who, you know, watch Hassan or care about that whole Palestine-Israel conflict is whenever you try to bring up dumb stuff like this, you know, or stuff that happens, it's like, oh, but there's a genocide going on. It's like, bro, we're not talking about that. Like, you trying to use that to excuse bad behavior is not going to save your ass.
You know, this priorities in this world are not where they should be.
And not to mention a war, I might add. I think I talked about this before. A war that I might add has nothing to do with you, like, at all. Like, at all. A lot of it is just virtue signaling. A lot of it is straight up just virtue signaling. Like, we need to stop this shit. Like, you trying to mention a genocide going on after the war is over, I might add. Or at least it's happening, like, it's apparently a ceasefire from what I last heard. It ain't helping your case, especially in the case of this scenario. Like, what does that war over there in the Middle East have to do with Hassan, I guess, mistreating his dog on multiple occasions? Like, what does that got to do with it?
But alas.
Man, this comes off as so tone deaf, like she's on a high horse.
Bruh, straight
Like,
up.
Just because there's a genocide happening in Gaza, you don't have a right to be concerned over a dog's safety. Oh, there's a ceasefire that's been signed recently between Gaza and Israel. It's probably not going to last. Oh, well, still, you can't criticize Hassan or
Yeah, like, that's another thing, is they want to be talking about all this genocide and all this nonsense, going on in, I guess, Gaza and whatnot. But then you will never see them talking about all the other genocides that are happening out in the world. It's only the one in Palestine because that's the popular thing right now. It's only the one in there. And then once that dies down, then what's going to happen is Hassan and the people like him are going to then hook on to something else and then use that to be their next virtue signaling topic. It's just the same shit every single time. Same shit, different topic. It's only that in this case it's about a war. Next thing you know, it's probably going to be talking about, I guess, I don't know, what's the current thing right now? ICE and the whole immigrant situation. I guarantee that's what's going to be the next thing. How could you be talking about, I guess, this when you got ICE, I guess, arresting immigrants? That's going to be like the next thing, but I hate that shit so much. Whenever I hear or see that kind of stuff, I'm like, bro, like, you look dumb saying that. You look really dumb saying that.
Kaya, because guess what? There's another genocide currently going on in Sudan.
Yeah, but they ain't talking about that.
So evidently, this made people make fun of Valkyrie to the point of like no return.
Yeah,
this was the best you could come
and
up
I ain't
with
surprised,
to
bro.
defend your boyfriend.
Like, that's like, if that's the best I ain't surprised, because people are really getting tired of that shit. Where people try to use something bad that's happening in the world to basically try and divert attention from the bad stuff they're doing. People are really getting sick of that shit. Like, really getting sick of it. You cannot be going around talking about, oh, you can't criticize me. We should be talking about this bad thing that's going on in the world. Ukraine and Russia are fighting right now, still to this day, as far as I know. What's next? Y'all gonna be like, oh, y'all gonna be like, oh, you can't talk bad about me when Ukraine is being attacked by Russia. Like, you can't be using a war that's happening halfway across the world that has nothing to do with you to try and save your own ass. Like, bro, I'm not surprised that people are getting tired of this.
Friend, come on, you can do better than that. Well, the thing is, Valkyrie's viewpoint wasn't really that different from Hassan's most loyal viewers. They also thought the same exact thing. This meme was posted on Hassan's subreddit saying, I can excuse genocide, but I draw the line at animal cruelty, to which someone responds with, you can excuse genocide? Again, it's a very weird viewpoint because you can be both against genocide and against animal cruelty. I really don't see why people are acting like we're choosing.
That's the crazy part. It's like, these idiots, they're so brain dead that they think you can only be angry at one topic at a time, or that you can only, I guess, be against one topic at a time. These people are so brain dead. You can be against a genocide or a war happening in the Middle East that you think is not right, while at the same time being against animal cruelty. I don't know why these brain dead idiots in Hassan's chat or just his audience think that you can only be talking about one thing. But I guess anything to protect their, I guess, glorious king or some shit. I don't know, man. It's so stupid.
This was never about a genocide. This was just about a dog being shocked for no reason.
Like,
Valkyrie
nobody was
would
talking
then
about
go
genocide,
and
dude.
admit that she's been getting so much hate that she asked 2 streamers for advice regarding her current Reddit hate threats. One streamer by the name of NMPLol and Asmongold. Guys,
you know Hassan's not going to be happy about that. Asmongold is like Hassan's #1 enemy, dude. Like, that dude lives rent-free. Like, Asmongold lives rent-free in Hassan's head, dude. That dude literally lives rent-free in Hassan's head. That ain't looking so hot, bro. I know Hassan ain't happy about that. And honestly, I'm gonna be real. If you really just don't want to deal with Reddit, uninstall the shit and don't use it, bro. Majority of the time, Reddit users are, let's just say, unhinged, to say the least. That's me putting it nicely. I don't, like, Reddit is invisible to me. It's a big website, don't get me wrong. I think it's like top 10 most visited websites out there, but trust me when I say that the majority of the users on that app are really, there's something. I'll say that much.
I just want to show you what her chat's reaction is when she mentions just the name Asmongold. I just want you to see it.
Watch
because
this.
I can't explain it unless
Watch
you look
this,
at
man.
It. Watch.
Messaged Nick Poem and I messaged Asmongold. I asked both of them. I was like, "Hey, I don't really use Reddit a whole lot, but like, do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea if I respond to a post and be like, oh, I understand where you guys are coming from. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I should have definitely like spoken about it differently."
Yeah, there it is. There it is, man. There it is. It's, oh, man, there it is. There it is, man.
And both of them
There it
reassured me that
is.
it's a good idea to
Look at her
not,
chat.
because I know they're like
There it is, bro.
So I was like, they both said they're both very nice.
They
And
are
both
so
said,
outraged.
Don't respond. It's not a good.
There it
she's
is,
so
man.
inside seeing her chat because now she not only pissed off Reddit, now she's pissing off her own loyal
It's cooked,
community by
dude.
mentioning Asmon. By doing this, she had pissed off everyone.
It's cooked.
just such a disaster.
It's like, bro, now not only do you got everybody from Reddit pissed off at you, but now you got all Hassan's followers mad at you, bro. It's like it's a war on two fronts right now, dude. Holy.
Dude, the next day she would immediately apologize on stream that she DM'd Asmongold saying that she wasn't aware of the rhetoric that he spouted and that she lives under a rock, even though her job is to literally be chronically online. But you know
how crazy that's gotta be, that you gotta apologize for DMing another creator about a controversy that you're in? Like, that's audience capture to the max. Where you gotta apologize for asking for advice from a bigger creator that some people don't like. That's pretty bad.
You know what's funny? The day before that, after saying that she had DM'd both NMP LOL and Asmongold, she would notice her chat getting really pissed at her, and so she'd say that she doesn't agree with everything Asmongold has been saying. See for yourself.
That's fine.
You
don't have to.
You're getting right now is crazy after reaching to Asmon. Guys, listen, I don't agree with many things that he says, but I was looking for an LSF Reddit expert.
I'm about to say, yeah, no, you cannot like somebody and still go to ask for the advice on something else. Like, once again, these people are ridiculous, dude. These like, Hassan's viewers are probably some of the most brain dead people I've seen in my damn life, for real.
I asked two people. I asked Nick and Asmon, and they both said to not respond to the thread because I didn't know if it was a good idea or
and
not.
that's smart advice. Literally, do not respond to the thread. That is smart advice. Don't even respond to the thread. Just don't even touch Reddit in the first place. That is really smart advice. Like, don't touch the shit. Straight up. That is really, if you want to not have to deal or be stressed out about stuff like that, just don't even touch Reddit or don't touch that shit, honestly, in my opinion. This is just my opinion, honestly. Just don't be involved with Hassan, so you don't gotta be in that controversy in the first place. But that's just my opinion. People can do what they want. But as far as Reddit is concerned, that's pretty solid advice if I say so myself. Just don't even respond to that nonsense.
Like, I don't know, man. I just wanted advice because I didn't know what to do.
And once again, the fact that she's getting hate for asking for advice, that's fucking retarded, dude. That has got to be the dumbest shit I've seen in my damn life. That has got to be the dumbest thing I've seen in my life, bro. Holy crap, bro.
I'm just gonna get hate no matter what I do, bro.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the internet where you will be hated on no matter what you do. It just depends on who you're getting the hate from. That's all it is. Like, that's why me personally, whenever I react to stuff or whatever, I could care less about what other people think of me or whatever, because it's like one of those things that unless I'm doing something wrong or I'm breaking the law or something like that, then it's just internet. It's just internet shit. Like, nobody cares. It's all going to go away within a couple weeks to days in the first place. Like, that's shit. Once again, this whole entire situation, like, this is all going to go away probably within a month. And then, you know, Hassan's going to do something else stupid probably. And then they're going to move on to that next thing. It's just internet shit. You know, that's basically it.
No.
So, which is it? Are you really living under a rock? Or are you just pretending to be outraged because your community's outraged?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with the latter.
That's
Just,
audience
based on
capture to the
past history.
frickin'
Now, it
max.
sucks because I don't think Valkyrie is a bad person. I just think that she
No.
suffers from the problem many of her friends suffer from, where they give too much power to their community, where they can literally
Yeah.
get bullied by them if they do something.
Like, bruh, when you give too much power to your community, you become what is called audience capture, where you're basically like, instead of being yourself on stream, you turn from being yourself on stream to now I'm doing whatever my stream dictates as a good thing, like my chatters. That's not a good spot to be in. It's not.
Something they don't like. And by this point, people found it very hard to take her seriously. In fact, she became the subject of ridicule, just like Hassan. This is when she would become a part of the memes. Hassan when Kaya takes one step.
Well, there's nothing over here to fix. That's crazy.
Yep, and there it is, man. I'm surprised with all the
Don't
memes,
worry, This
man.
was my face when I saw Kaya getting tased too. Another streamer from the big clique of streamers of Los Angeles would also defend Hassan, saying he is a good dog owner, even though she admits in her statement that they're literally acquaintances, that she doesn't know him that well. But the big bombshell here was when the podcast...
Yep, this
Sweet
is the
and
big
Sour,
thing that
run
happened
by
recently.
Pokimane and
They were supposed to do a whole entire thing with Hassan recently, and they canceled that shit, because especially with all the drama around him right now and all the controversy around him right now, yeah, get it out of here. And honestly, it wasn't them specifically. It wasn't Pokimane and Lily Pichu specifically who canceled it. It was I guess the mods or the people in charge of that kind of thing. I think they put a statement out where they said they're canceling it because of all the stuff that Hassan's going through right now. They didn't want to bring any negativity to that podcast. And fair enough, we all saw what happened to the Trash Taste podcast when they brought Hassan on. We all saw that. So fair enough. But yeah, it was a thing, man.
Lily Pichu, two very big content creators also based in LA and part of Hassan's friend group, would post a small update on their Patreon saying, "Hey taste buds, this is a tough one to write, but we wanted to give you all a heads up that we're unfortunately going to be missing our first scheduled Saturday video tomorrow. We've been watching the recent drama unfold considering our guest, and it's been getting intense. We had a serious talk as a crew and we all agreed that it did not feel right uploading tomorrow's video at this moment in time. Our community is our favorite thing, and the reason we do this is to create a space that is comfy as always and a true escape. We do not want to impact the cozy atmosphere we've all built together. Thanks for always supporting our vision for a fun, positive place to hang out. See you all next week. Sweet and Sour staff." So, Hassan was meant to get on the Sweet and Sour podcast with both Lily Pichu and Pokimane, and the episode was meant to come out around this time. They decided
What
not
the
to
hell
release
was that?
it.
Yai Miku and fucking what's the name of that 5-star character? Garo? No, not Garo. I might be wrong. I don't know. It's been a while since I played Genshin Impact, but I'm not surprised to see this meme. I know what the character is. I know what he looks like, but I forgot the name. It's been a
was
while.
Getting a lot of backlash. Honestly, I don't really agree with this decision, right?
Yeah.
This really feels like they're throwing their friend under the bus purely because they don't want to get dislikes. But
Basically.
honestly, it doesn't matter. If you bring Hassan on a podcast, it will get mass dislike. That's just
Yeah,
how it is.
that's
Like,
just
when
how
you
it
go on
is.
Trash Taste podcast in the beginning of this year. Look at this like to
Yeah,
dislike
that's
ratio.
bad, bro.
50,000 comments. This is insane.
50,000 comments.
Hassan had many haters. Even
50,000, like, bro. That whole thing with the Trash Taste podcast was like the first time I'd heard anything about this dude. Like, I didn't know who Hassan was or anything like that. But then the moment he stepped outside of his little bubble to try and interact with everybody else, you know, I guess who isn't on Twitter for the majority of the time, but they know what he's done or what he said, is like, bro, he got cooked. He got cooked, dude. Straight up. Like, it was bad. It was bad. And once again, I said it before, it's like, outside of Hassan's bubble, dude, he is not liked at all. Like, at all. So, once again, the whole thing with Pokimane and, you know, Pichu canceling that whole entire thing, that was once again a smart move, because their dislike ratio would probably look worse than Trash Taste's dislike ratio, especially now. Especially now, bro. It's pretty bad.
before the whole shock collar incident, so I don't see why, as close friends of his,
Oh,
this would
man.
matter, right? Seeing that they don't really have a problem with his dog getting shocked for no reason. Thing is, though, things got even more complicated, because then Pokimane would tweet out,
Yep.
the episode was supposed to air as usual, but staff refused.
Exactly. I think I talked about this earlier, but the mods, or like, I guess the staff, were the ones who canceled the stream, not Pokimane and Pichu. They were the ones who canceled the stream. They were going to go through with it. But the mods saw all the drama and basically said, yo, if we don't want this controversy getting over here, we got to cancel that shit. It's crazy, dude. Even the mods are smart enough to know that, yo, we can't have this nonsense going on over here, bro. Especially right now.
Uploaded out of fear it'd cause drama and also posted this statement without my approval. Sad face. Sorry guys, we'll talk about everything on this week's episode and go on a hiatus afterwards to restructure.
Yeah, restructure, aka mean the staff that probably canceled the whole thing or announced that they were canceling the thing, they're basically fired. That's all which restructuring means. They're fired.
I made this out to be a mistake. Staff went behind hers and Lily Pichu's backs. And now she was going to go on a hiatus and restructure. In other words, fire people.
Those people are fired.
Wonderful economy.
Those
Wow.
people are
Look at this
fired.
right here. Look at this.
Damn, they got League of Legends memes now. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, it seemed like Pokimane was truly trying to save face here. It was a desperate attempt because 2 days before that tweet, she would make an Instagram story saying, "Quick update, recording a new podcast episode Thursday to explain why we missed last week and have an honest chat." Huh, interesting. Now, of course, people have their own theories and speculations, like maybe Hassan messaged her and was very outraged at the fact that they're not uploading the podcast episode and wanted to throw her staff under the bus to not get on his bad side. Overall, regardless of the speculation,
It all
or the real
looks bad,
reason,
dude.
She lied, okay? Straight up lied and threw her staff under the bus. So just like Valkyrae, she ended up seeing controversy, tried to recover, and ended up pissing everyone at the same time instead. Wonderful. The rest of Hassan's friends would go on to invite him over for a little podcast and defend him very openly that they've never seen him shock his dog. Watch.
Oh, I care. So you've probably been asked too. People keep coming in our chats and they're
go
like,
to Austin's chat.
They go to poor rickety old Austin show who's barely getting
and they're
up
like,
in the
why
morning.
are you hanging out with a dog abuser? I would like to make it clear. I don't believe that Hassan has abused a dog.
No, I also
personally.
don't believe that either because I bore witness to how you treat her and you treat her much better than me.
So, this is really interesting because, of course, these are more of his friends defending him, completely ignoring the clip, all the proof that was accumulated so far. But interestingly,
this is
enough, the reason why a lot of
basically
people were going
a
to
whole lot of
Austin's
nothing.
Chat in particular, asking him about this was because he very openly collabed with Hassan on his own stream when Kaya was in the background. Now look at this clip of Kaya going under the feet of Hassan, him getting pissed off that she's not sitting in the same spot for hours. And as Austin is sitting right next to him, you could very clearly hear the sound of a shock.
Was the
Watch.
case when we were young too. Hey, out.
And right here.
Place. Kaya.
Yep,
place.
there it is.
Go. Go.
There it is.
No. Place.
Enough of this madness.
There it is. That little spark you heard, that was the shot caller going off. That was it.
Look at how dead
GG's, bro.
Look at how dead
GG's, dude.
He says firsthand he was there and never saw a shock. So are we just
Caught in
lying now?
4K,
One of
bro.
Hassan's friends that has said nothing and has been getting a lot of indirect flack is Maya Higa, someone who owns
Caught
an
in
animal
4K,
sanctuary in
dude.
California and cares a lot about animals. Now look, I'll sit here and say harassment is bad no matter how it's done, no matter who it's done to. I don't encourage it, I don't condone it, and I think it should stop. But at the same time, it shows how much anger is in people's minds right now, seeing how this dog's being treated and seeing that all his friends, including someone who owns an animal sanctuary, isn't saying anything. Well, they would
Yeah, not to mention the dude before, he literally straight up got caught in 4K lying his ass off, bro. It's crazy, dude.
have so openly said something if it was another streamer, just not Hassan. But look, even with all that being said, and as much as Valkyrae would want to say that she lives under a rock, his friends were very well aware of the controversy going on and how their silence was contributing to a negative image of their brand. This prompted more of them to start talking about the situation, but of course, they would only make it substantially worse. Unstable Ronaldo's stream,
Oh, this is the clip. This is the clip I was talking about earlier. Here you go. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
who is Ludwig's girlfriend and who is one of Hassan's friends, would
Watch
confirm
this.
she
This is
went
the
to his
clip.
house to check the collar. She thought she was helping him by saying this, but what she
Nah,
ended up
bro.
saying,
She
actually ended up
exposed him.
sabotaging him beyond belief.
Listen to this.
No, there's no shock. Like the electric prongs are taken out of it.
But here's my thing, right?
Like it's only a vibrate. Like there's a setting for vibrate and there's a setting for shock.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So there's only the since the prongs are in it, it only vibrates.
So all of a sudden, we went
Cooks.
from, oh, this is just a vibration collar to
No,
actually,
it has
the
two
prongs
settings.
were taken out. So
Yeah. It went from it's just a vibration collar to no, there is shock feature on it, but you can take the thing out and then it's a vibrator. It's cooked, dude. They're like every single time a clip or something comes out about this situation, bro, it just makes him look worse, dude. They're not making this look any better.
This is indeed the shock collar. At this point,
done.
You could just keep saying he said, she said, whatever. That's
it's
why you
done,
shown
bro.
it on the first day, right? The theory now is that he took out the prongs on the second day when the controversy was blowing up beyond his wildest dreams.
That's basically right. It's happened at this point.
This was indeed the electrical shock model. However, she wasn't really the only friend who completely screwed him over without really meaning.
I haven't seen this.
Caroline Kwan, a streamer and the girlfriend of Hassan's best friend, would claim that she's someone who has dog-sitted Kaya before, and that no, this is not a shock
I haven't seen
collar
this clip, so I'm curious about how this is about to be looking.
What Cutie Cinderella just said. Watch.
I know it probably doesn't matter to you because you're going to believe what you want to believe and from the sources you want to believe it from, and that's why, like, doesn't matter what I or anyone else says, but
Bro, it don't matter what you or anybody else says, it's because there's evidence, bro. There's straight up evidence of this shit happening. Like, it don't matter what y'all saying because you're lying on your asses. Like, come on now.
not a shock collar. I've seen that collar. I've used that collar before. I've babysat that dog.
So which one is it? Is it a shock
collar?
Bro. Is it a shock collar with the prongs?
See, and now the friends are out there freaking screwing each other over and screwing over Hassan at the same time because you got one of them that says it's a shock collar. You got another one who got caught on 4K with Hassan shock collaring, you know, the dog. But then on top of that, trying to say that, oh, I've never seen it happen before. And then now we got this. Like, bro, even your friends are as fraudulent as you are. It's all bad.
With tape on it, or is it not a shock collar at all? I just don't get it.
It's all fraudulent, dude.
His friends realize that every time they open their mouth,
it makes them look worse, dude.
They're making him look way worse. It's like, can we just get to the bottom of this and move on already? Of course not, because now people are thinking, well, okay, who lied? Is it Cutie Cinderella who's lying, or is it Caroline who's lying? Because they
all of them out there lying out their ass.
Man, whatever. Check this meme out. POV: you're Hassan's dog, and you step 1 foot off your bed.
Of America's much more consequential violence. Okay. It's the same reason.
Watch that building explode.
Kaya, please just.
Yep, I knew it. I was about to say, there it is, bro. There it is.
What I find so funny is that Hassan had openly made fun of pirate software back during his controversy. A narcissist just like him who never was able to take any criticism or feedback correctly and now finds himself in the same exact situation. I mean, look at this.
With the things that I talk about. So, see, you're totally a video game understander. Yeah, I think, like, as far as I understand, like, the pirate software stuff, like, if he had just simply stood aside and was like, I fucked up, you know, and took ownership over it, like, it never would have exploded to the degree that it did.
That's irony right there, because this is basically the same situation. If you just admitted a long time ago, instead of lying out your ass, that you had a shock collar on your dog and that you overreacted, then this probably wouldn't have gone as bad as it's gotten so far, bro. The irony is crazy. The irony is absolutely crazy because you're literally making the exact same mistake that pirate software made, where you're out there basically just trying to not admit to what you did and making all sorts of excuses to the point where now even your friends are having to lie out their ass to try and defend you, and it's them lying out their asses is making you look even worse. Like, it's all just a one big snowball effect.
Did?
I mean, you can't make this up. If Hassan had simply taken accountability, if he stepped back and said, you know what, listen, I screwed up. Maybe I overdid it. Maybe I was having a bad
This whole
day.
situation would not have blown up, bro.
The way I treat my dog so that I don't abuse her, then hey, maybe we wouldn't have reached this point.
It wouldn't have.
Denying it and making up different excuses and just deflecting in such a stupid way while having all his friends root for him, knowing that he's wrong. This had the complete opposite.
It's a snowball effect.
And that's what brought us here, to the point where it's now a global
phenomenon. It's a meme, bro.
Like, look at this guy making a straight up Roblox level called
oh my god, there's no way, dude. Right?
Where if you step out of this box, look at this, you just
there's no fucking way, dude.
You just die.
That's crazy.
So creative. I mean, look at this RuneScape meme where you shock.
Bro.
I mean, even Ninja had something to say about this, right? Ninja.
Bro, I haven't heard Ninja. I haven't heard anything from Ninja in a long ass time, dude. Holy shit. I thought this dude I thought he retired.
He stays out of drama. Watch.
I have a collar on. Don't worry, guys. It's not a shock collar. It's just a Scooby-Doo collar.
That's crazy, dude.
Raggy, don't rock me.
That's
so look, after this whole
crazy.
debacle, where do we find ourselves now? Did Hassan admit anything or apologize? No,
Nope,
of course not. But seeing
not.
how much controversy had built up
It's
around
cooked,
this, now
man.
he feels forced to let Kaya walk around whenever she wants to. Watch for yourself.
We've finally gotten to a place where, like, oh, pure peace is taking place. It's taking place. Is I don't know what you're doing. Okay, what? What do you want?
Yeah, see, now that he's getting his ass cooked, now he's letting his dog be normal and actually walk around, which is how it should be. If the dog ain't doing anything crazy, let him walk around, stretch around as they should be. They're active creatures, see?
What? What? What do you want? Huh?
Holy shit.
The chutzpah, if you will.
Was it that hard, man?
Was it that hard,
really
man?
that hard?
No,
Seriously,
it wasn't. Literally, that's all he had to do was let her be able to move around. And this whole situation would not have freaking happened in the first place. This whole situation, and him, like, even if he did do it, the whole situation would not have blown out of proportion if he wouldn't have lied out of his ass. But what are we expecting from this dude of all people?
Man, you made it seem like it was a gargantuan task. Finally, Kaya
Jesus
is
Christ,
free.
she's free, man. Let's go.
And finally, yes.
Yep, the Pokemon memes, bro. I'm not surprised.
Funny memes made around it. I do have to mention that this situation turned very political very fast. The New York Post wrote about this, and of course the title is Lefty Twitch streamer Hassan Piker and Israel National News,
Yeah.
right? Even though the
I'm not
hostages have just been
surprised.
released and they have many more things.
I'm not surprised about this at all. Like, once again, when it comes to the political side, like, they don't like him at all. I'm gonna be real. Neither the left or the right really like this dude. And Israel sure as fuck ain't gonna like him, so any chance Israel gets a chance to slander this dude, I'm not surprised they're doing this. Especially considering that Hassan's whole entire thing up to this point has been free Palestine, destroy Israel kind of shit. That's basically been his whole entire shtick up until now. And now that the war is over and the hostages have been freed, we're on now on to the next thing, which I guess could possibly happen, which is, I guess, I don't know, who knows what the next virtue signaling topic that this dude's gonna hop on over to, but you know he'll find something. But as far as the political news goes, I'm not surprised that they covered this at all, even though this has nothing to do about politics and everything like that. But hey, are we really surprised at this point?
To report on decided to make an article called Anti-Israel Twitch streamer Hassan Piker accused of using shock collar on dog. So if you're wondering why there's so many people who refuse to believe this, it's because if they do, then in their mind, it's admitting that their entire political compass is wrong. That's how politics work these days. If someone on your side who's influential does something wrong, it makes everyone look bad. So it's better to never admit it. This isn't just exclusive to one side of the political spectrum.
It's both.
It's everything. Spectrum at this point. That's the age we live in.
Everything,
so am I
man.
surprised? No. Do I care? No.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd like to come out from this is, well, the dog.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Anyway,
yeah.
Thanks so much for watching until the end. Hope you enjoyed.
Jesus Christ, not the freaking, was that Courage the Cowardly Dog, bro? Not this. They even came out a meme with that too.
MUJIN for 10% off gamer subs. They make some really cool products, and I'll see you in the next video.
Jesus Christ, man.
This will probably be the 1,000-page Cinder document that is ridiculous. It's a pain in the ass to read, and I'm hopefully aiming to finish the video by maybe the end of the month. We'll see.
Yeah, well, shit, we'll see how that Cinder document. I can't believe to this day that that's 1,000 pages long. That's still crazy to me, but yeah, that's pretty much it as far as this is all concerned. Kaya is finally, I guess, free to move around and do what she pleases, and don't gotta worry about the whole shock collar shit no more. I don't know, this whole entire situation was stupid, and honestly, a lot of it did not need to happen. We got some good memes out of it, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it just didn't have to happen. A lot of it straight up just didn't need to happen, like from the shock collar to Hassan lying out of his ass and then the friends lying out of their ass and just making it worse. Like, it all didn't need to happen. All Hassan needs to do is take accountability, but we all know he's not going to do that. And that's why this whole entire situation even happened in the first place. But hey, it is what it is. It's another day, man. It's another day in the life of Hassan Piker and the nonsense that he be doing on Twitch, man. Swear to God, man, I do not know why Twitch just keeps this dude around, because every single time, bro, it's always some controversy with the dude. He does not bring anything good to Twitch. I'm gonna be real with you. But hey, without further ado, that's pretty much going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought about this whole entire situation. Have you seen the memes and whatnot? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.